Hello and welcome to my review on the brand new 2024 15-foot oversized ornament by Airflowz. This is currently available online and at select at-home locations and retails for $169.99. Now if you happen to catch the at-home walkthrough I uploaded a few weeks ago, you likely caught this larger-than-life ornament taking over its section of the store, which led me to be in complete awe. In the video I hinted at picking this up and reviewing it at a later time, and well, that time is now. Features include 4 LED lights, a metallic cap with some subtle snowflake accents, and a humongous Merry Christmas array on the front. There are of course more details we'll get to as we progress further in the review, but shifting our attention towards the box, I'll say I am a fan of how it looks. While any mention of Airflowz is seemingly nowhere to be found, At Home has done a nice job to make their packaging clear, concise, and rather sharp looking. With this specifically, you'll find a dark green trim lining the top, identical sides including the front, and lots of useful information at the back. We begin with a short assembly guide illustrating the basics, then move on to our contents, and finally my personal favorite, the human comparison. As a lot of you know, I am an avid collector of Gemmy's air-blown inflatables, though today I am excited to branch out and see what this has to offer. I believe it's a product worthy of a thorough assessment, so let's unbox one of the biggest ornament inflatables ever made and find out some more about it. Equipped with 2 low voltage fans, this is where I believe Airflowz really separates themselves from Gemmy, as I highly doubt that's how they would have designed this, so it's our first dramatic change from normal. Another big difference would be the stakes this comes with. You are provided with 8 identical anchors that are configured with a flat groove top. It's also worth noting they are smaller compared to Gemmy's Colossal stakes and have just 1 hook rather than 2. Moving on to the tethers, I'll start out by saying the attachments themselves are located very high on the inflatable, so you're going to want to be sure you clip everything on prior to this inflated. Additionally, the rope has a nice thickness to it, and the hooks are a decent quality as well. Now the fabric is definitely worth discussing, as I'm not going to claim it's paper thin, but by no means is this close to Colossal or Boom Bounce fabric. It even almost feels thinner than regular inflatable polyester, so no doubt, something to keep an eye on in regards to durability. Plenty more to cover as we continue our analysis of this 15-foot monstrous ornament, so let's plug it in and see what else we got. Well, it's a bit difficult for me to pinpoint just how long this takes to blow up, as for part of that inflation, fabric was covering the fans, which slowed the time down quite a bit, so we're looking at somewhere roughly between 12 and 15 minutes without hindrance. That is one of the multiple downsides from this having 2 DC fans, is 1, they're overall pretty weak, and 2, won't perform properly if not completely exposed. Not much you can do about it, unfortunately, but the good news is the inflatable still inflates fairly tight. Before going any further, I do wish to address the stakes at the bottom. Upon further examination, I found that the loops themselves rest too high off the ground to use the provided stakes, so for the present time I've swapped them out with Gemmy's Colossal plastic stake, though it doesn't matter what you use, just has to be long enough. While we're harkening back to the tie downs, I did want to more clearly show you why I said to clip the tethers on before plugging this in. At 9 feet off the ground, they aren't too accessible, so doing this early on will save you some extra work. Shifting gears to the design features and some of the stylistic choices, I'll begin by saying red was certainly the correct color. I could see them thinking green or trying a mix of colors even, but solid red captures attention best of all, and is a great contrast to the chrome silver at the top. I'm a big fan of metallic material, and I love when Gemmy uses it on their inflatables. However, they do it sparingly, and I have to appreciate how Airflowz has let it dominate this upper portion. There are even some snowflake details and other patterns within, so this has to be my favorite part of the design. This then brings me to the massive Merry Christmas arrangement on the front, and there are a couple things I want to comment on. First off, the font that was selected I believe was an excellent choice, and secondly, while some of it feels a little random, the accents surrounding it seem to match very well. Then, as we take a peek at the back side, normally it's nothing too interesting, and frankly the same sort of applies here, but I think you will be pleased to know this has two zippers, with one being located up close to the top, and the other right in between our pair of fans. Since each are 11 inches in length, it makes it easy for me to get inside and show you around. What likely stands out to you the most is the long sheet of fabric in the middle, so that the LEDs can be at the center. There's also 4 beanbags which help stabilize our inflatable and offset it towards the left. Now, something you're going to see momentarily is the LEDs are totally insufficient in illuminating this well, or at all. So if you plan on purchasing this, be thinking of alternative ways you'd want to light it, as I promise, you won't be satisfied with this as is. And now we'll conclude my review on the new for 2024 15-foot ornament by Airflowz. I'm going to be honest and say while this is a phenomenal showstopper and also quite unique, I don't think it's going to be durable in the long run, from the thin fabric it has to those 2 cheap fans which will likely croak after being rained on long enough. I'm very apprehensive as to how many seasons I can get out of it. At $169.99, it's not a bad price, so even if those are minimal, I can still feel good about it because it is so breathtaking. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. Until next time, I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.